There's never enough time to do anything, is there? When you're trying to run your online business, it's so easy to get overwhelmed with the amount of different tasks that you need to accomplish. We've all got so much to do during the days. Our life is full of commitments and other stuff we have to get done. You know, personal stuff, like, we go to work for 8 hours a day, shopping, things we need to do when we get home. All those household chores, just for starters. Like, housework, preparing food, taking care of your kids, laundry, all that sort of daily stuff just gets in the way. And time just goes by, doesn't it? And then you start to think to yourself, I wish I did this yesterday. But for whatever reason you didn't get around to it yesterday, whether you just forgot or time just got in the way. Well, yesterday's gone forever and ever. You'll never get yesterday back. But today, you have another chance. My name is Pelele from leadbuilderplus.com. And today I want to talk to you about managing your time when it comes to running your online business. And I'll be showing you the method I use, which has proven to work for me. So if you find this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on my future videos. So here we are. This is just a simple spreadsheet. There's no complicated formulas or anything like that in here. Very simple, very basic, and you can change this any way you want. But this is the sort of format that I find has worked for me. I'll just run through the various bits with you. Now, one thing I have found helpful is color coding the different tasks that I want to be getting on with. And they stand out better on your sheet. If you're looking for something, then, you're looking for a color and it just stands out. Now, at the moment, this sheet is looking very, very basic indeed. Okay, but once you start using it, believe me, it'll soon fill up. This column, this to-do list will soon fill up. So, but I mean, you can go on and on and on for as long as you want with it, really, or you can just put another column and add to it. Now, if I was to show you, for example, my current to-do list, it looks completely messy, but, there's a load of stuff on there that's, this is what I'm currently doing now. This, Sunday the 6th of June, and, stuff I had to do early this morning. This afternoon, I'm going to get my second jab. That's, literally in an hour or so time. This is what I've done on this actual video I'm creating now. This is all completed in green, and this is what I've got left to do. And we're actually on this point here, recording and editing. So you can see how it gets to fill up over a period of time. And that's why color coding is such a good idea, because it helps you to keep on track. So I just want to quickly run through with you some pointers here. Now, this one I created for the video, okay? And I've gone up to, I think it's 14 days. I've got 2 weeks worth of stuff here now. Right? If you wanted to extend it further, you don't have to do any formulas or anything. Just highlight a whole week's worth of cells, right click and copy, and click on the next cell and paste, and bang, you've got another week there. And to make all these columns the same width as this one, we just click on the format there, we go to column width. It tells you the width of the column there, just copy that. And then you click on all these, and you click on format, column width, and you paste that in there, and you say okay, and there you go, Bob's your uncle. All with the same. Just highlight 3 or 4 of the dates there, and on that little corner bit there where your cursor changes, just drag that all the way along, and it just carries the dates on. So you can go as far as you like. You can do a whole year's worth if you want to do a yearly planner. So that's easy enough to do. Now, so how can you get the most out of this method of planning your work? This planner needs to be used like a diary. All right. And you can use it for your personal stuff as well. If you had to phone someone on a Tuesday morning, just jot it in there. And, this planner should be the first thing you look at every day. If you're in the habit of checking your emails every day, or you're in the habit of going onto Facebook every day, bring this planner up onto your screen first thing every day. Use it like a diary, because that'll put your mind on focus for the day on what you have to get done. Whether it's when you finish work or whether it's before you start work, you do something or whatever. You just know what you've got to get done for that day. Now, when it comes to allocating the jobs that you want to get on with, don't be too hard on yourself. All right? Don't underestimate how long something might take to be completed. It's always better to have a couple of things on the go at the same time in bite-sized portions, rather than trying to stick at one thing for hours and hours and hours. Because at some point you'll just lose concentration and you'll get distracted. Whereas by breaking things down into segments, when you come back to your PC, you'll be a little bit fresher than when you left your PC. Does that make sense? Let's say, for example, you had 2 hours of an evening, right, to do some work on your business. Well, I would split that up into maybe 40 minutes working on, say, content and script that says there, and then take a 20-minute break. So before you start, you would set your alarm on your phone, and 40 minutes, your alarm will go off give yourself a 20-minute break. Right? Give yourself a 20-minute break, get up off your chair, make a cuppa, right? Do something, put some music on for 20 minutes, or just relax a little bit, give your mind a rest, right? And then come back, and, for the next 40 minutes, either carry on with the same task if you're up to it, or do something different for 40 minutes, or even 20 minutes, right? And then take another little break, and then come back and do some more of whatever else you're doing. If you break each little task, little segments, then you're more likely to stay focused on the task in hand and what you're doing. And your mind will stay fresh, because you're not just being bogged down. When you're spending too long on something, there's a danger of overthinking things and making things overly complicated, and that leads to spending more time on what it is you're doing. So it makes sense to have little bite-sized portions. So it's likewise important to have a good sense of how long something's going to take you to complete. And this will all come with time. It all depends on the time you have to spend on your business, really. Now, in my case, say for the weekend, I normally try to put about 12 hours in on a weekend, both days if I'm off work. And I will basically do an hour's worth of work and take a half-hour break. Hour back to work, half-hour break. Hour back to work, half-hour break. Yeah? That way, I keep my house in order as best I can. Also, give myself a little bit of free time as well. Now, another useful thing that I've done with this sheet is you'll notice I've got some hidden columns here. Now, if I was to just unhide these columns, right? It's just handy to, once you've completed a particular task, let's say, for example, if this video was published on Sunday and all finished, I could just move it over to my completed column, highlight it in green because it's all completed. Bob's your uncle, super do. I completed that in June. I just copy that. And it's a handy little way of keeping track of your progress. When Monday's been gone and you've worked on creating a funnel, but you haven't quite finished, just move it over to Tuesday, because you've got to get on with it. Yeah? If you have to do work on finding a niche and you haven't completed it, well, you can move that over to Tuesday as well. No, you've got more to do on Tuesday. Right? So it builds up. Alright? Because these are not as important as your video, as long as whatever it is you've got in red, you get done, or you're getting closer to getting finished, then it's working. Okay? And the reason I haven't put too much in here on a Sunday is because whatever doesn't get completed throughout the week will end up eventually on the Sunday. And so the list gets transferred over to the following week, and day by day, housework's being done, let's say, for example. Alright? And whatever columns are left bare, you don't worry about you don't have to have these on the top if you don't want to, but I find it helpful. But you can just hide the column. You just hide this column, just go to the line in between the two columns there, right click, go down to hide, and then it just disappears. Yeah, and you can do the same with the Thursday there. Right click on the line there, hide. So, keep a small workplace. It's also handy then because you get a few of the following week's days visible, because you might have something there on that Thursday there, the week after, to start something, because your goal to finish whatever task you might have already entered in there, because when you planned your task that might take a month to do, maybe Thursday is the day you should start it. And now that it's visible, you've got plenty of notice, you could even try and start it sooner, right? So it's handy having a couple of days visible, but not too many. You don't want to be scrolling back and forth on your screen all the time. And that's just about the gist of it all, really. It's just a simple spreadsheet. No formulas to worry about. It's just put things in, move them around, color code them, and stick to your plan, So at this point, you're probably wondering, what are the 7 best secrets to managing your time? Number 1, use the planner as a diary. You can use it for both personal and business. It's a good way to start the day off knowing what you need to get done. Number 2, avoid distractions. There's quite a bit of thinking that goes into planning your task, because you need to work out how long it's going to take you, how much research you've got to do for it. Don't have the TV on, or don't have loads of tabs open that you're not using, and you get notifications coming over from Facebook and the likes, and anything that might distract you, just get rid of it, turn it all off, and just focus on your planner when you're planning your tasks. Number 3, set regular alarms for both work and breaks. Alright, like we've already covered. Split your tasks down into bite-sized segments, if you like, depending on how many hours you're allowing yourself to work, and give yourself some, half-decent breaks in between. So I like to work for an hour and give myself 25 minutes or 30-minute break in between. But you will get to know what's best for you, or what's comfortable for you. Number 4, be fair to yourself. Don't underestimate how long a task is going to take and then end up not completing it. You're going to feel so disappointed by not completing it, rather than being able to reward yourself when you have completed it in time. Yeah? So set yourself realistic goals and targets. Don't try and be unrealistic. Alright? So the planner will work for you if you're true to yourself and just use it as a work guide. Yeah? Number 5, use your breaks to switch off. Get up off your chair, move away from the computer, do something else, or go and sit and read a little bit of a book or something, or even do your dishes or whatever. Just get your mind away from the computer for 20, 25 minutes, or however much time you've allocated yourself for a break. And, your head will clear, and you'll come back after your break and feel a lot more refreshed to either carry on with the same task you were doing or do something different to do with your tasks. completely up to you on how your schedule is going. Number 6, keep your plan organized. You will find after a time that your plan will start to get a bit messy. You'll have stuff all over the place on it, but you know, keep it organized as you go. And if your plan is organized, then you stay organized, right? And finally, number 7, keep focused on your end goal. And, realize the consequences if you don't reach your goal. You will feel so disappointed with yourself, which, in itself will trigger procrastination, and you'll feel low, whereas if you manage to complete something as planned, it makes you feel good with yourself and your perspective gets stronger, which makes you want to move forward, which at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, moving forward. Okay, folks, so there you go. There's my daily planner. Like I say, it's a very simple spreadsheet to set up, so easy to do. If you're okay with doing it yourself, then fine, but if you'd rather just have a ready-made template for it, then just click the link below the video and you can just download it for that, to use. I hope you found this video helpful, and as ever, if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and hit that bell for notifications. Any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will answer. My name is Pelele from leadbuilderplus.com. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you again this time next week. All the best.